wow, pretty tough act to follow on that occasion. Big thanks to Mathav for heading on down to the Dubai Opera. Now, on with the show. Boom. Our guest co-host today is a real estate pioneer who has fostered a learning culture here in the property world. He's trained well over 2,000 real estate professionals in the region and counting, advocating performance and success in the business at the moment. Please welcome to the show, James Glass. James, always good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks. Good to be. That's a tough act to follow after that intro, but
after the opera,
some
as well.
of those things are true. I know, between the opera and that.
If you start banging out Nessun Dorma, then we will really be floored. That's for sure. Listen, let's talk. It's one of those things, isn't it? You know, and with a booming real estate market as we're experiencing at the moment, it's attracting a lot of talent. It's also attracting a lot of people who are looking for a quick fix as well. A lot of people think that they could be a real estate broker. A lot of people assume that they could sell a house or a flat or apartment. What are the sort of unique skills that you're looking for?
Yeah, good question. I mean, look, essentially anybody can if they have the right determination. And the two things I always look for is just attitude and work ethic, right? If you have a positive attitude and you've got just a crazy, gritty work ethic, then you probably can be successful because it's not actually rocket science. If you get the right knowledge that you need, you got the right support system, you've got the right brand behind you supporting you, and you're just willing to be positive, because it gets tough, right? Like, it's mostly commission-based. It's not an easy gig. It's not an easy industry to be in, and it's ups and downs, right? Every single agent in the world, right? Really anywhere in the world in real estate, but especially in Dubai, can tell you there are downs, and it's the people that are able to stay positive and stay gritty in those moments that are probably going to be successful.
So you just mentioned their commission.
Here we go.
We're going to skip that. Next.
So if I was to become a real estate agent, how quickly is it until you start making those big bucks?
Yeah, good question.
That's what everyone wants to start making, isn't it? That money.
Yeah, lots of different like company structures as far as what an agent does when they join, right? So like some companies will have a leasing team where if you're new to the industry, you'd have no experience, you would start as a rental agent, right? You're renting properties. And usually if you're doing only that, that's your focus, you should be able to get your first couple small rental transactions in the first, I mean, you know, in my last company, the average I was think 5 or 6 weeks. To where you at least get some income and are able to start breaking even financially. If you're going into an organization where you really want to focus on sales, you know, like you mentioned, you got people, they come in, they want to go sell the massive villas and the penthouses on day 2.
That would be me.
Right, which is good, that's the dream, but realistically that takes months, right?
Okay.
If you're coming in new to the industry and you want to get to that level, it's going to take, you know, I tell people prep for 6 months of making no money, and you can do it, but again, that's where the attitude and that work ethic and the grittiness comes in, right?
Okay.
Okay, we talked about the commission right now, but how do you go on training these agents when they come to you?
Yeah, we do a lot because it's a whole new industry, right? And we do get a lot. I mean, obviously there are good, experienced professionals coming over, especially when you have a brand like Axe Capital growing in the market. We literally just won last night a big award, best quality brokerage in Dubai for 2023, so that was exciting. So when you have that kind of brand, it's easy to attract good talent, but it's also easy to attract people who are new to industry who are just excited. So you need a very rigid, structured training program to be able to give people the support that they need.
Do you? And I will keep going back to this, the fact that we are in this sort of this bull market at the moment. Things are literally charging forward at present, and things are happening very quickly as well. Is part of your job to manage expectations? When the market's buoyant, there's plenty out there for the fish to feed on, etc. But that market is going to go through ups and downs, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, we talk about the market, we educate people on the market, but also no one has a crystal ball, right? So everyone a year and a half ago was thinking, ooh, have we reached the post-COVID peak, right? And here we are 18 months later, the market's still booming. So we don't focus too much on the market. We're very realistic. We're very aware that the market will change, as it always does. And also that's not a game changer. That's not an ender, right? Like, there are transactions that happen in a plateaued or a downward market, and it's the companies that position themselves well, the agents that set themselves up, especially with their network and their clients for those moments, who end up succeeding in that time. So yeah, I mean, we talk about the market, that's the reality. We all expect at some point that there will be some sort of a little downward turn that would only be natural and healthy for those of us who are paying rent. But yeah, we talk about it.
So I mentioned earlier that I might be looking for a property in the UAE. What do I need to look for when it comes to a real estate agent? what kind of
With a real estate agent,
Yeah,
good
like what
question.
kind of skills do I need to know that they have, etc.
Yeah, I mean, look, the first thing I look for is just someone who's going to be honest.
Yeah.
The reputation in the market is that agents are not very honest, and that's not a Dubai problem. That is, again, an international, worldwide problem for the real estate sector. So I would just, you know, the biggest thing is just finding someone who actually is going to care more about you and helping you find the right fit for you, rather than just selling you what they want to sell you.
Yep.
As soon as you find that person, you know, the next thing is really just going to be location based. So at Axe Capital, all of our secondary agents are area focused, right? Because you can't learn all of Dubai. It's way too big of a city. So you have a community, an area of Dubai that you really focus on. You become an absolute expert in that area. I'm talking, you know, every building, its name, location, the developer, who the contractor was, who built it, what the floor plans, types, prices per square foot. I'm talking like, you know, the area, right? And when you meet someone like that, who's honest and cares about what you want, then they'll be able to help you, right? And that's what we aim to develop at Axe Capital, is agents who do that in all communities across Dubai.
You said being honest. That's a key word, because a lot of people have that perception that the agents, all they care about is themselves. All they want is the high commission, and they call them, like, sometimes you think they're greedy.
Yeah.
How do you tackle that?
Yeah, well, the question he's been waiting to get. Yeah, look, it's tough, right? Obviously, in a commission-based industry, if you don't perform and you don't sell, you don't make money, you have to resign and probably move home. We see it all the time, unfortunately. So it's a reality that, yeah, they're going to be salespeople. They're going to be a little pushy because they want to eat, right?
Yeah, sure.
But it's just finding that balance of understanding that if you just push a product on someone, like, for example, if you bought a property next week, right, but you ended up buying a property that wasn't right for you because you found a really good salesperson who could sell something to you, in a year, you're probably going to be unhappy. And you're not going to refer your friends, you're not going to tell your family, you're not going to buy again with that agent. So the main way to tackle that is understanding that long-term goal that, hey, if I do a really, really good job with Amy, and I actually sell her the right product for her, she'll be happy, we'll be friends, she'll come back in 6 months. When she sells, she'll sell it with me, she'll buy something else, she'll rent with me, and if I do that with 100 clients, I'm set, right? So that's the mindset we go for.
Last one from me. A big thanks to you for being guest co-host today. So plenty more coming from you a little later on. But quick question about back to the sort of the training, the recruitment, the managing of expectations of those wanting to break into the market. Selling Sunset, $1 million listings, the popularity booming at the moment.
Oh, I love
Help
it.
or hindrance, though? Help or hindrance to what you try and do?
Oh man, good question. Well, both.
Yeah.
Help in that it gets the world excited about real estate.
Yeah.
And so people want to join, you know, one, they want to move to Dubai because, you know, glitz and glamour of Dubai, which is awesome. And two, they want to join a company like Axe Capital doing it well. So helpful in that way that people want to join the market and get into it. Unhelpful in that they come with these crazy expectations, which we then have to shut down on day one.
Amy
and see these
expectations.
days, right?
What do you mean I'm not selling on the palm? You know?
I'm not going to be a millionaire in 6 months?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
So yeah, the expectation part is real.
yeah, we're going to talk about that in a second. After the break, we discuss investment and property growth in the city with a property lawyer. And Khalid went down to the Progressive Property Network to take a look at their launch in the city. And we have a very special performance taking place in our studio tonight, so don't go anywhere.